Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you my granny's recipe for trifle. I've made granny's trifle lots of times for friends and when we've hosted some parties, and I last made it when my dad and my brother were in Australia in 2019, and everybody loves it. They've all said, can we get your recipe? So it's traditional. We've put a couple of twists on it, but not much. We've tried to keep it as near to Granny's recipe as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my shopping list to make sure that I get all the ingredients.
Okay, I need to get cream sherry for Bonnie's Granny's Christmas trifle. Trying to find cream sherry. This is the only thing I can find which is says cream Apera, so I think it's a pint of sherry, so we'll go for that.
So here's my list, and Swiss roll. I'm making it this afternoon, so I better get some ripe ones. Yeah.
How many strawberries? Two.
That'll be enough.
Two packets of strawberries.
Anything that's left over, we'll just have little extras for ourselves. Dollop cream, that's the one. Dollop cream is so delicious. I'm going to have to get a lot of these.
Milk for the custard. So we're going to make our own custard.
It's got to be tinned peaches because we never had fresh peaches in Scotland, so Granny always used tinned peaches, so it's going to be tinned peaches. Yep. It'll be raspberry jelly. Right.
It's got to be
have
raspberry
to go
jelly.
For raspberry jelly. What's that one? Raspberry. So I'll get two of them. I think this one.
Custard powder. Original custard powder.
It looks like an idiot-proof how to make custard, so that'll do me. If we've missed anything, I don't think so. It's our sponge, our jelly, our custard, and in between yummies.
Sherry.
So okay, we've got all ingredients now. Cream sherry. Apera is Australian for sherry. This was the only bottle that they had, and it's 1.5 litres, so we'll probably just use about a few 100 ml of that one. Bananas. I don't think Granny had strawberries in her trifle, but I like to put them on mine because I'll show you the decoration that goes round the side. Tinned peaches. Now that was one of Granny's things, and we didn't have fresh peaches in Scotland, so tinned it is. I'm going to make my own custard because that has a different flavour to packet custard. I've gone for dollop cream because that's like the cream that you get in your scones. It's like clotted cream. It's got a really nice flavour to it. And of course the all-important sponge Swiss roll, sugar for the custard, and I got this lovely decoration. Put tin foil around the base and we'll pop that in. So, now we're ready to start. I've retrieved my big trifle bowl that I use. I've given it a rinse. I'm going to give it another rinse. And this is it's a cheese dome that sits on top of a cheese board. And it sits perfectly on top of my glass bowl. So I'll use that for taking it to our friends. But it's all about layers and timing, because if you do all at once, it will all mix together and become one big mushy mess, which I don't like. So it takes a few hours to prepare. There we go, so that's all dust free, and we're going to start. It's all about presentation really, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this quite thick for the bottom because the sherry is going to soak into these bits. I'm going to assemble it this way round. The reason being is they're tighter together and it's almost like portion control. And you want that sherry soaking straight into the sponge. And and it'll look pretty from the outside. Whoops. This is why we bought two. There's nothing worse than being short. I don't buy the ones with the icing because they're too sweet, so I just buy jam ones, the jam Swiss roll. So that should look quite pretty from the side, and I'll get another one in the base. So that's all there is to it. There you go, that's your base of your trifle. I'm going to pour the sherry into the sponge, but I'm not going to do it directly from the bottle because I'm frightened in case it all goes gluggy, then that's it all spoiled. So I'm going to decanter it into here first. Right, so now I'm going to drizzle it like that. Do each sponge. So at least I've got this nozzle to control what's coming out. You want that lovely moist sherry texture once you get to the bottom. You don't want a dry chew. In fact, that's quite moist actually. I think that's quite a lot. There we go. So that's how we're looking. That's the base. That's the sides. I'll give the sides a clean. And Lewis, if you can see how much sherry we used. We used quite a bit actually.
250, 300 ml.
I don't know, but it looks pretty good. So that's our first stage done, and I'm happy with that already. So we're just about to make the jellies. Again, I always go a little bit over, just in case you run out. So I've got 2 packets. And this will make 900 ml of jelly. So, and it's saying to use 450 ml, a mixture of hot and cold. We're going more cold than hot, so it sets quicker. Or 300 ml of boiling water. Raspberry jelly is the best. And we'll just mix that and mix it and mix it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the bananas in when this is almost set. This is the difference between my recipe and Granny's recipe than all the others. People tend to mix the jelly straight into the sponge. You don't get that layering effect by doing that. You don't get the jelly by itself. And this is the secret to Granny's trifle. So by making it almost set, so what we're doing here is we're preparing the jelly and we'll keep an eye on it. And just as it's pulling away, which I'll show you later, from the bowl and it's just about to set, we'll pop in the bananas so they don't go brown. And then we'll pour the jelly over the bananas and it should just come to this top level. And then we'll leave it overnight and add the custard and final bits just as before we're about to serve. Pour in more cold ratio than hot. And that's us done for this stage, because with that we'll put the bananas in. As that's about to set, we'll top in the jelly and then it'll be the custard. Now we're now ready to put the bananas and jelly into the trifle. I faux pas. I made a big mistake because I forgot we were going out tonight. And so we had to decant the jelly into a metal bowl so we could put it in the freezer so it would set in time before we left, hence the change of outfit. So it's just thickening up now, which is perfect. So what we're going to do, I've literally just peeled the bananas. You don't want them browning. Look at that beautiful well. So we'll just line this. And as I say, the reason I do it this way is because I don't want the jelly soaking into the sponge. I want the sponge to be soaked with sherry. And a lot of people just pour the diluted jelly into the sponge before it sets. And all you have is, I don't like it, it's quite mushy. I like things to have definition, a layer of this, a layer of that. I prefer not to rush things, take our time. It's a bit like making porridge, set it overnight. So I'm now just going to pour this in. The banana. I want to make sure that all the bananas are covered because they'll go brown and they'll just set in the jelly. Of course, that's worked out perfectly. How perfect is that? Until tomorrow. We're on to the next day and it's time to make the custard. So we're doing a litre. So we're doing 4 tablespoonfuls of custard. It says level, but we're going slightly heat just to make it a bit thicker. And 2 of sugar. And then put this on very low. We make a paste first of all. Just a small amount. I'm just going to stir this in. So these are lumps are going. The thing is, if you make it lumpy, you can just pop it through a sieve and that will just take it all out. So there's no dramas. Get your lumpy bits to the side of the pan, squash them out. That's the way I do it. I think that's a really nice consistency because when that sets, I think that would be fine. We'll just pour this here. Oh, just the way I like it. We'll put some strawberries. We'll let this settle. We'll put strawberries and cream in the next stage, but we'll just put this in the fridge for a little while. There we are. We used to fight over who got the juice from the peaches as children. It was a treat. But Lewis can have this one because he's been a good boy. Just cut them up smaller pieces so that when you're cutting up your trifle, everybody will get a piece of peach. Okay, final stages. I've chopped and tailed my strawberries. I've washed them. I'm now going to plop them in around the side like this. Oops. Ba-ding. I'll use the bigger pieces. You get the gist of it. It's all fun. Everything's fun. We'll have these for us. Bum-ba-de-bum. And then Granny always puts her cheap peaches on top. And we'll just finish it off with cream. Okay, how many zebra? Put more cream in the middle. Perfect. That looks lovely. Okay, here we go. And for my decoration, what do you think? Yay! That's okay. Granny's trifle. Oh gosh, it's heavy. This must weigh, I would say this must weigh about 4 kilos. It's a heavy one. Anyway, it'll be a beautiful dessert. I quite like this design now. I thought it was going to be a disaster, but it isn't. And yes, there we are. Granny's trifle. Love you, Granny. There we are. We really love making these videos for you, and we hope you enjoy watching them too. Thank you for watching, Lewis and Bonnie's, Australia.